We're going to say file, save as. And I don't think we have a style yet for Louise. Um, so I'm just going to name our next one Luis because I don't know his oh no, his last name. No, I don't know his last name yet. So we're gonna call this what kind of shirt are we gonna make? Uh uh sheared sheared shirt. Okay. And then we'll rename it at another time when I get his initials. So now we're going to save it. And this is our Louise Sheared shirt. Okay. And so what we're going to do is we're going to add some fullness to the around the sleeve cap and at the bottom here. And maybe we'll make it a just a 3/4 length sleeve or something, and adjust the cuff opening. And we can do that real quick. How about we also make it a straight hem? So let's do that first. Let's make it a straight hem. So all with the straight hem, we have to sew. We want our side seams to stay the same length. We know they sew together. So we're just going to take all, you know what? Let's go back to swapping. We're going to swap our seams back to working on the inside because that's what sews together. So we're going to go to seam, switch all to sew, switch all to sew. Um, and so we want to take our front hem and we'll grab all the points. And now we want to use align. Now we want to align to the last point. We want to make sure all points are checked. And this is vertical. Vertical is the direction we want to go. This is horizontal. This is vertical. So we're going to hit vertical. Now, oh, look, I missed a point. So I'm just going to, delete that? No, 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 no. Oh, look what I did, family. I deleted the whole piece, but that's what undo is for. Undo. So undo one more time. Can I do undo one more time? And I'm going to zoom up more closely to see what point I missed. I don't know what point I missed that I didn't grab all of the points. Let's try it again. And we're going to go to align, and it's our last point, vertical. And I got it that time. So apparently I missed a point that's on the end there. So we just want to straight hem because we're going to end up adding some fullness down there. And let's do that to the back as well. See, we want to align to the side seam because we know that it sews together. So we want to go to align and we want last all of the points vertically. Okay. Yeah, we're going to add some fullness. So we're going to keep our hem at a 1/2 inch. We are going to delete the slash. And we're going to delete this wording down here. We're also going to delete all the no, yeah, all the, we're going to leave the center. I like to have my centers, I like to have them. Okay, so since we want to make this maybe a 3/4 of a sleeve, I think we can just reduce this back maybe about 4 or 5 inches. So we're going to highlight from the grade point to the grade point, and we're going to extend parallel. This time we're going to say minus 4 inches, minus 4 inches. Notice the line here. If I wanted to go the other direction, I just would remove. I'm going to remove it now, remove it, and then that line is over here. So I do want the minus sign because I'm shortening the garment. And I'm going to say, okay, gonna fix my gray line. Just have it make sure it's inside. So, okay, oh, look, my word here also for the hem is an internal. It's an internal. I'm gonna pick it up and move it back onto the pattern piece. Since I shortened it, it came outside the piece. And now we are going to do, let's add some fullness. So when you have a long sleeve cuff, your wrist is narrower than at your where a 3/4 sleeve is. So we want our cuff to be just a little bit longer. And so we're just simply going to extend parallel another, say 2 inches. That's extending parallel about 2 inches. It's still named our cuff. And let's put the numbers up to see what the measurement is here. 13 inches. Let's make it 14. So let's extend another inch. To get this to be a little bit longer, so we extend it parallel. You can also, we know how to do multiple move. Grab the points that you want to move and put your measurement in there. Okay. Different ways to get where you want to go. Okay, I'll take these numbers off here. So let's add some fullness. Let's add some fullness to our sleeve cap. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a notch because we want to make sure we sew in the right area. So away from our front notch, we're going to add another notch about 3 inches from the previous point. 3 inches from the previous point. So we added the notch here from the previous point. Now we want to add another notch on the back side of the sleeve. And we're going to add the notch, but it was to the next point because we're staying on the clock about 3 inches. Okay. And then when we add fullness through this area, we know it can sew. We know the armhole sews together already. So we're going to add a notch 3 inches from the previous point. 3 inches from the previous point there. And then same with the front. 3 inches from the previous point. Okay. And then let's add some fullness. Okay, so it's cold. Let's add some fullness to this sleeve cap. Okay, where we're gonna go, where we're gonna go. Let's go to add fullness. Where is it? I can't see here. I'm going to put my tools back up on. Uh-oh, I didn't want that. Hold my tools back up on customize on the large buttons. And then this is fullness. These things here are fullness. Okay. So if I touch fullness and I touch a point and go down to the hem, it wants a point there. So I'm not going to be exact. It wants to know the distance that I want the fullness. Now you have options which direction to go for your fullness. So if we're adding 1 inch and we're on this side, we're going to say, okay, right? I think we know we need a little bit more. So we're going to grab another point and go down in the hem to say, okay, because we just ironed it out. We're going to add another inch. Okay. And then more towards the center here, I'm going to add another one. So adding fullness will add the width and the amount you specify in the area that you want, but it at the top edge, it will add the fullness, but at the bottom, it will keep your measurement the same. Okay, so now that we're going to go onto the back side of the sleeve here, we're going to end up adding 3 inches, but we have to change we have to change, oh, I didn't grab a point, but it's okay. I'm just going to say okay. Um, and I'm placing it where there's no point, so I have to say okay again. Now I have to, instead of this side, I'm going to put it at 0, and then I want to put this side, the direction that we want the fullness to go. Okay, so that's 1 inch added, and then that's set already. And then we're going to do 1 more inch, and I placed that at a point that did not have a point, same as down here. So I have to say okay, and that's 3 inches. And okay. So we've added fullness here to the cap. So, and we're going to go to text. I'm going to touch where we say cap, and we're going to say shear. Apply, and the word should change, right? Now, see how we have all these jagged edges and these extra points? So I'm just going to get rid of, I'm just going to delete. I'm going to delete and eye it out myself. I'm going to especially delete the ones that are grade points. I don't need extra grade points because that means you have to measure and change this grade point or take the grade point off since it has a curve there already. This one looks pretty straight, so it looks like I can make it a curve point. Okay. And since this is shearing and it doesn't have to be exact, we can just shape it however we like. You don't want it to be so square looking. Looks like I have a point that does not have a curve on it as well. So I'm gonna come out of the function, get to my select tool, double click, make that a curve. Double click this one. Yeah, let's make that a curve. And looks like we can bring, how about we give this a little bit more height, because sometimes when you have shearing, you want it a little bit higher than a regular set in. And so we're just gonna smooth the points around to make it a shapely sleeve. Okay. Sounds like it's starting to rain. Okay, just move point. And I like to do this myself. You could have the computer smooth it out for you, but I'm making the pattern. This one here, actually, I'm going to move this one back a little bit and move that. So sometimes you just move back, and if the point was not a curve or something, but you could keep the intermediate point there. So now look, we have a sheared sleeve cap. Okay, so with move internals, we can get this shearing up here. And our words for our underarm, since it's been modified, can move down. Now, all of these points here, you need them. You need a couple of them. I'm going to make the ones closest to the inside. I'm going to make them no grade. I'm going to apply no grade, remove the check mark. And then these two on the ends, I'm going to double click, get both of them at the same time. I'm going to make them both curve points. I'm going to apply. So I'm going to double click. Excuse me, I'm going to grab this other one as well and make them curve points. That way, when I go to look at my measurements, I'll be able to go from the side to the center and know the measurements. Okay, I like to have my grade point in the middle. I like to know the center of my sleeves. So now we have a sheared sleeve. And let's add a little fullness to the bottom of the garment. So I'll leave the numbers on, and this time you can watch the measurements change when we add fullness. So let's see, we want the fullness to be at the hem. So I'm gonna go to the hem here and maybe at the neck here. And I'm not sure which direction this is gonna turn. I think it will turn up at the top. So I'm going to change this back to 1 on this side and 0 on this side. Let's see what happens. No, I wanted the other side to move. I wanted to go the other way. So I'm just gonna undo it, and I'm still in the function. Now I'm gonna get my points again, and the 0 on that side and the 1 on this side. You can make this 1.5 if you wanted it a little bit more full. And I'm gonna pick a point on make a point on the shoulder, and I'm gonna add 1.5. I'm gonna add a bit more fullness over here. I'm gonna sit that down at 1.5, and notice my width has changed. And let's do the same thing on the front. So I don't want to bother too many. I don't want to bother my neck. So I'm going to just start my fullness over here and touch at the shoulder and 1.5. And then I'll take this point here about the middle of the shoulder and 1.5. That's the distribution of your shearing, of your fullness. This time it's not shearing. This time it's just fullness since it's at the hem. Okay, that and okay. And so we added a bit more fullness. And so now we have extra points that we can just get rid of, check them out. Um, some are necessary, and then some you can change to, I don't think we need that one. And then I see a little, double click and make sure this one is a curve point. Let's make sure it's a curve point. That looks okay. And then here at the back, let's get rid of some of these grade points that we don't need. And there's another one there. And it's a little square. Let me get rid of that point there. Yeah. So then we just made a different version of our shirt. Okay, so that's enough for now, right? Y'all want to do a yardage estimate? Okay, real quick, real quick. Edit, arrange, work area, fabric at 54 inches, scatter everything, only this pieces, so the inner lining won't show up in there because it's now touching the back. So we're going to say, okay. Looks like we can do a better estimate than that. So we're just going to go to move point, move piece, sit that down in there. Want to try to pick on a point when we're doing move piece. And there we go. No matter what, I don't think we can, well, we might be able to get a little, let's put a guideline and see if we can even beat. Let's go seam switch all to cuts, take our numbers off so you all can see that a little bit better. Let's see if we can even beat this, because I think if we move this sleeve, move this up just to get it out the way right now. We move the sleeve down. I'm going to put a guideline down here, 0, so I can see if I have room to put this cuff, move point, move piece, See if I have room to get this cuff in here. No, I got a little overlap. So let's just move it right at the edge. And then I can move this one over a tad bit. So yeah, I can get that there. And then looks like we can get the sleeve over here. Let's get this. I got a little on top, so I gotta move that off of the notches off of each other. And then I can put the collar down and I can put this collar over here. And I think I saved about another 3 inches. Let's see. Yep, 3 inches almost exactly. All right, Cheryl. Okay. All right, y'all. So that is a review. And we added a couple more things. And I'll see you guys soon, okay? All right. Great day. Great day.